Hello. Hey, hi everyone. So let's get started.
Amit, I have a few doubts. Can I ask you now?
Sorry?
I have few doubts. Can I ask you now?
Yeah, sure, please.
Can I share my screen quickly?
Huh.
Are you able to see?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. This seventh point, create dashboard one by adding visualizations in bullet 236 and with a quick filter with a drop down option to select a particular supplier, right?
Hmm.
For this, um, this supplier filter, how can I add to this dashboard?
Which dashboard? So it's already on the dashboard.
Yeah, I created in the worksheet, not in the dashboard. I created here. I created here supplier filter. So it came to this. I mean, I dragged it so it came to dashboard. So how can I apply this filter to entire dashboard?
You have to say to all sheets on this. Go on, click on this.
Yeah,
Yeah. Apply.
here I have, but
Uh,
it's not showing any dashboard. So I have to.
no, it will not show the dashboard. So it will say sheets. You click
Okay,
on
so
selected worksheets. Yeah, click on
yeah,
selected worksheet.
so yeah, this I know. Yeah.
From here, dashboard you will not get.
Oh, okay. So we cannot add any filter on the dashboard, right?
No. So on
Can
the
we
chart
add?
you add it, and then you apply it to the other charts.
Oh, okay. That's one. The eighth one also same doubt I have. They're asking a filter for a year, so I thought of asking same thing. And one for sixth one, create a spend cluster purchase community and region and add borders out to the crossboard and add a parameter to select top n suppliers. So here I created one parameter and
Hmm.
I added this parameter to this filter. Is it correct
Hmm.
the way to
Correct,
do?
correct. Yes, yes. So is it top
Yeah,
and by the
I
correct,
took top
correct.
here. I selected this parameter.
Hmm.
So it's giving, if I select some five, it's giving some values according to the five, each region,
Top
five
five
value.
suppliers. Now so it's giving you top five suppliers. If you will select seven, it will give you top seven suppliers. Correct.
Yeah, yeah. If I select anything, it's giving that. And how can we add borders for this raster?
Borders, you can just go on this on the top format. Top format. There you find borders.
Oh, here. So
Now on the left side, you can select wherever you want to put the rows, columns. All the borders have come out.
but I can you. I think it's. I tried. I think it's not affecting us.
It will work. You want to add the border? Click on the sheets. Click on the sheet. Right. Click on pane. Select the border. Select it.
Oh, I think I think.
I clicked on both rows and columns tab and I applied. It is working for me, the borders.
Rows and columns, you said?
Yeah. Select the pane and try to give the solid one. Yeah, solid.
I don't know why. Maybe I can try later.
You're not able to see because of color. Change the color. Make it black.
Yeah.
When you're clicking on that, man, change the color. Click on
Okay,
that.
Click the pane and change the color.
Can you give me the control?
Yeah. Okay, okay.
Amit, even I have one quick question on the same
Once you
assignment.
see over here, na, so in this also what to do is, so these are the headers in the column. The columns are like this way. If you want to put some over there, so you come over here, column divider. So you can select the border from here also. Just a little bit of a, this R&D is required. So just this way you apply. So in the rows, row divider. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I can try that. Yeah. And just a quick thing.
Mhm.
This one, the fifth one, they asked me to create one calculated field. I created, and they using that calculated field plot a stacked bar showing the spend breakdown by material type across the years.
Mhm.
For that, is this correct way? I mean, to do the
This is not
stack
a this is
bar.
not a cross. This is not a cross tab. So
Yeah,
cross tab is
I can do that. Like I can do.
here will come on the column. Here will come in the column.
Okay, spend will go to the color.
So across the year means so year comes in the columns.
Oh,
No.
okay, okay.
Material
Columns.
type this and this the spend will come in the rows. Material type will go on the color.
Yeah, this one I did. Yeah.
So basically the problem is if you would have noticed over here. So this year that you are seeing over here, right? Now
Yeah.
this year on the left side in the page, just give me a second. Right, so if you see this now year over here, now actually this year is coming as a part over here. If you see over here, this is a dimension, right? And it is coming in a dimension only, but its color is green. So there is a small trouble with this column right now, right? So what is happening is just remove the year from here. So this field should actually be a dimension, but its color should be blue. So it's coming under dimension, but its color is green. So sometimes these kind of challenges happen with Tableau. So what we do is you take it back to the measure and bring it back.
Actually, maybe I changed that type to
Right.
date. Maybe it's not working. I changed it's a numeric, but I changed it to date, the property. Yeah, yeah.
And then you bring it back.
Okay.
Now you will see over here.
Okay.
Right, and sometimes what you can also do is the other quick way of doing the same thing is this also. You suppose you had kept it this only, and now if you bring it over here, so it shows you rows, sorry, lines. You can change from here. You can
Bar.
select the bar from here,
Okay.
but the bar will not come as proper as you would have got with the dimension.
Okay. Yeah. Got it. Thank you, Amit.
I hope you all also worked on that the UK bank that we were creating yesterday, the bank one, that dashboard that you already all created that applying action that action filter, users filter, and all over there.
Yes.
Okay.
Amit, I have one question on the assignment. Can I quickly share my
Mhm.
screen?
Yes, please.
Yeah. see in this one, I have created a parameter and see, I have shown and I have assigned to this particular, yeah. My question here is if, wait just a minute. Yeah, see, if I give the stop and why it is automatically selecting the sum of this, can I give count of this particular, because parameter is just the numeric data which users want to select, right? It is automatically choosing based on the data, or how it chooses this one, aggregation and the column, this here.
So aggregation is in the right part, na, on the right side. Where certain sum.
Yeah.
So click on that. So if you want count, minimum, maximum, you can choose that.
Okay. In this case, if I want to show top end, I should go for sum or count.
If you want to show,
The top suppliers, top n suppliers selected here by the parameter. Do I need to go for the sum aggregation or the count?
no, right now the chart is basically we are saying that basically based on top 15 suppliers. So we are showing the sum of spend that for the top 15 suppliers, from which location did they purchase it and for which particular the purchase commodity did they purchase it. So it will be sum only in this case.
Okay. And one more thing in this line chart, right? See, even though if I change this from discrete, see first half or this thing, even though the numbers are seems to be changed, I mean same for both green and blue pill. So in which case we are going for this discrete, and which one, and in which scenario we are going for this continuous? Any
Continuous is that data point where you have decimals also, and discrete is where you don't have decimals. So it's a whole number that you get. So discrete is like number of rooms. The rooms can be discrete. A house can have one room, two room, three rooms. That
Okay.
is called as a discrete data. And similarly, a data like if I talk about age, now age is something which can be continuous, right? So age can be 10, 10.1, 10.2,
Yeah.
10.3. So that is how we decide the variable, whether we are keeping that as a discrete or as a continuous.
Okay. Basically, if a client asks me to do a trend on this, I mean, in this data set, right, we need to go for this green or blue.
Green, green.
Okay. Yeah, this is all I have. Thank you.
Just give me a minute, I'll just share my screen. Okay, so I have shared a file with you all that is Amazing Mart. Now this file that I have shared with you all. So if you will see, this file has multiple sheets in it, right? You have list of orders, order breakdown, sales targets, right? So if you take a look at it, list of orders is something. So the data is somewhat similar to sample superstore only. Only the file structure is different. So if you take a look in it, so in the list of orders, we have the order IDs and the dates, right? The date on which that order was sold, and we have the information like who was the customer, from which country, state and city was it purchased. So that information that I have. Now if you come in the order breakdown, you have the information like what was purchased in that order, right? So you have a breakup of that order. For example, if you pick any order from here and you come inside this, you will observe that okay, in this order a customer purchased some shelvings, right? And this was the price and category and subcategory. Similarly, if you go over here and you pick something from here and you look it out over here now, you will see it tells you okay that for this item this was the amount, this was the basically this is what he had purchased. He purchased two items in that order. So you can see that information coming up over here. Okay. So the idea that why I'm showing you this file is so that we would like to discuss that how you can create joins in the Tableau, right? So if you open up the Tableau now over here, and now what you do is you click on Microsoft Excel. So create a connection with this file, everyone. So with Amazing Mart. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to create a join between these two data sets now. So what I'll do in that case is I pick my list of orders, drag it over here. And if you want to join with the order breakdown, what you have to do is double click on this, or double click on the list of orders, and then you bring order breakdown as well over here. And you will notice a join will be created and a complete data set will be there. Are you able to do it?
Can you please show again? How did you do that?
See, first you drag the list of orders. Okay. Then you double click on this and then drag order breakdown. Drag it over here, not below, just here. Okay. So once you make this join now, so you can see this is an inner join that has been created. If you see over here, an inner join has been created now over here. If you want to change the join, you can change it from here. You can make it left, you can make it right, or full outer join. Whichever join you want to create, you can do that. Right? So I'll keep inner only for now. And it also shows you, see now Tableau is a smart tool. It is able to identify that order ID is common between the two data sets. So it has created that join basis the order ID common. Okay. So now if you come over here, if you close this now, and you come to the sheet one. Now you will see that you can actually, like all the fields are over here. So all the data fields are given to you, right? You have these are the fields coming from list of orders. These are dimensions coming from order breakdown. And below you have all the measures which are coming from order breakdown. Okay. And now once the data is over here, now you can use them any which ways you want. Suppose you want to create any chart, you want to do any analysis, you can do it over here. Let's make a map. Suppose I bring the countries, state, right, and city. I want to show the sales, I enter the sales in the size, and the chart is ready. So now you know what I do over here is we are going to do something interesting. So if I come back over here now, right? So if I just like show you this data right now. Okay. Now there is one more sheet that you will find in this. That is called as sales targets. Right. So you have this sheet sales targets with you. Now what we want to do over here is I want to see that basically we would like to create a chart where I would like to see what was month on month sales versus target. Right. So now I want you all to think on it and give me the answer, not from the Tableau perspective. If you have to do it in the SQL, how would you have done it? I want to see month on month sales versus target. Yes, anyone? So Shweta, you're saying group by joining sales and target, group by month. See, so basically what we'll have to do is we'll have to join the table this and this. First, you will have to join list of orders and order breakdown. That is one thing. Then what we do is we group the data, both these data set, this data set and this data set. We'll have to group this data set by month, both the data sets, and then we will create a join between a joint data set of list of orders, order breakdown, and a join between sales target. Right. So that is a process that will happen. So technically, join was simple over here. The joining of the data was simple step.
Amit, can you
The
just
data
go
was simple.
again once because I couldn't get that point. Why are we joining later?
Sorry.
No, can you please go again once? I'm not getting that
I'll
point.
be coming. I'll be coming to that.
Yeah.
So basically, what we're doing over here is we're going to talk about join and the grouping of the data over here. So in Tableau, we have two things that we get. One is data joins and one is called as data blending. So now in data blending, what happens is basically there are two things that Tableau takes care of. Tableau does the grouping of the data and then it does the joining of the data. If we now take a look at this data set right now over here, so in the list of orders and order breakdown, so we have already created a join that these two data sets are combined, and we can see that data set over here now, which is this. Now, idea over here is we want to demonstrate or we want to showcase that month on month basis. I want to show that what was the actual sale, and what was the target. Now, actual sale is something that I can get from here, right? So I can get that from this data set now. So if I group the data on a year and month level, year and just so if I group the data on the basis of year and month, so I will definitely get the actual sales from here. Now, in order to grab the data of sales, right? What was the sales for that particular month and year? So if you come to the sales target, you have three categories, right? So you will actually have to suppose you group the data by year now. You say you want to group this 11. So you will have to actually group the data on year and month level so that you can see the total sale that was 24,000 over here. Okay. Now this is something that will have to do the grouping. Now, because I want to show the sales targets, like for month of Jan 2011, I want to see what was the actual and what was the target. So I will have to join the data set again, right? On the basis of month of order over here and the join that is already over here. I will have to join the data set with this to bring the actual from this data set, and target will come from this data set. So there will be a join that will be required between this and this. Making sense? Yes, everyone?
No, you performed the join from month, I mean, the orders and the sales, right? That is a simple join. Based on the inner join, you got the common record. So both are one now.
No,
And
sorry.
you're just, yeah, grouping the data next.
No, I'm not getting a point. We have made a join between list of orders and order breakdown.
Yeah. Again,
Uh,
and after that, you are just grouping.
so grouping is happening two times, right? Grouping will happen on this and grouping will happen on this.
Okay.
So now in one data set, you have the actual sale. In another data set, you have the target.
Targets,
You
yes.
want to bring the two things together. So we'll have
Yeah.
to join them.
Yeah, based on the common column.
And that is month of order.
No,
Order field is
Okay. Sales, I mean, target also, we have that column month.
This is the target column,
Okay.
right? So target is in another data set
Mm-hmm.
and actual is in another data set over here. So to bring the two things together, so we'll have to join these also. Right. So let us see it, how we will achieve this in the Tableau now. So if you come over here now, see this join is already there, list of orders. So now when you have to do the data blending, now there are two very important rules for data blending. In data blending, we have to make sure the first thing is it always happens between two data sources. And second thing is it always creates a left join. Okay. So these are two things that we have to take care of. Now it always happens between two data sources and it always creates a left join. Now if I come back to the Tableau, right now I have one data source, right? That one data source that I have is that is Amazing Mark. Now as I said, because we need a data blending and data blending happens between two data sources. So what I will have to do is I will have to click on data and I will say new data source and I will connect to that same Excel file one more time. So please do this. I will connect to that same Excel file one more time. And this time I will drag sales target. Okay. Now you will see there are two data sources now, right? If you click on this icon, see this is first one where we made a join and this is second one that I've dragged right now. That is sales target. So please don't click on add. You have to click on data and new data source. When you click on add, in the add means in the same data source you are adding a data set. But when you click on new data source, it adds a new data source altogether. Okay. Now if you come over here, this data source is added. Now come to that sheet. So if you come to the sheet, you will observe something. You can see list of orders in sales target. Two data sources are visible. Data source 1, data source 2. So you can see two data sources over here. Okay. Now what we do over here is between two data sources. See now data blending is a technique which will take care of the grouping by itself, right? It will take care of the grouping by itself because automatically what it does is it does the plus I'll just need quick 5 minutes, right? I'll just give me 5 minutes, right? I'll just start it up.
Anyone? Can't we join 3 tables at a time?
I think we can do it.
Yeah, then we can join those 2 list of orders and that that thing, order breakdown on sales targets. We can join 3 and we can configure.
Yeah, because between those two, right, only category is common, or I didn't analyze the data set. First of all, I need to see that. We can ask him.
Yeah, I don't know whether what he thinks. Maybe silly. We'll ask him. Yeah. Sure. Deepa, how can I show? I mean, I can't share screen.
No. The formula what you used, I just want to know that because I didn't try that question actually.
I use this one. If clause. I close
If
that
that
window.
column name equal to this particular thing in quotes,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
what you give? Then after
Then the same name. Then the same name. I gave the same name. Else other one equal to that second one. Then same name. Else the last one others.
I'm not getting here. I'm getting some calculation. I mean syntax error. Even
I
I
will.
tried with the K. Yeah, even I tried with the K structure also. It does not work. If
I
it is
will
in Excel,
paste
see,
that. Paste
yeah,
that. I just closed that window. I'll open and I'll paste that
yeah.
formula.
And for me also the same question. I'm not getting that. How
Actually,
to
try with the case when statement.
Yeah, I was trying with case one, but
Yeah, I tried and it was working.
can you paste yours also so that
Oh,
we
sure,
get
sure.
benefited?
Yeah, we can try that.
Yeah, Lakshmi, we can also use that users filter, right, in the dashboard.
Yeah, users filter comes on the chart, right? Not
Yeah, I tried that also. Yeah.
users filter comes on the chart, not on the filter. So
Even I did the same thing. I added that filter for supplier in the chart. I mean, in one of the
yeah.
sheets, and I edited that filter by clicking show to all the worksheets.
Yeah, that's I know, but I thought of asking whether we can add filter on the dashboard itself.
Yeah,
So I think
even
it's
I
not
tried
possible.
it. Yeah, we can't.
Yeah.
I think for Tableau, I have public. Without saving this, I can't open that one. I don't know.
Yeah, even I sometimes I don't publish because this is public, right? You can anyone can see our silly. I thought my charts are silly.
No. Everyone will post their exercises. So.
Yeah, no, in that public site.
Yeah, everyone will view, but we are all learners, right? So nothing wrong.
That's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I got. Are you able to see?
Just a minute. Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
I was trying to get the count. Then I got the error. You can't use the aggregation in this. I tried like this, but I was trying to get the count. How many count for this particular resin type? So only it is not working for me.
I searched it on the Google. That's how I got
Okay.
it.
Okay.
I don't even I don't know initially. I searched on the Google.
Hello. Yeah, so actually it started raining over here, so I just had to rush up to pick up all the stuff that was in the balconies and all. Okay. So yeah, so I was talking over here on the data blending part. See, now in the data blending, what we have is we have the two sources now. So what happens over here is one of the source is going to act like a primary data source, and one of the source is going to act like a secondary data source. Right. So why do we have the concept of primary and secondary is because, as I said, in the data blending you always get a left join only, right? It will always create a left join. So how do you decide what will be a primary data source and secondary data source? It's very simple. So from whichever source, right, whichever source you drag the field first, right? If you suppose drag the field from here, suppose I drag order date. So you will observe what has now happened over here is now this source is has the first source has become a primary data source, and another one will become by default secondary. Okay, and you can see a blue tick mark. Blue tick mark means that this one is a primary data source. Suppose if I bring the field from the second one, that is month of order date, you will see that now this becomes a primary data source, right? So whichever source you drag the field first, that becomes the primary data source now. So what I do is I'll keep the first one as that, and let's bring order date over here now. And then also let's also bring the sales over here. Okay, so now this is normal chart. Nothing is different that we have done. There is nothing different that we have done in this. Okay, so you see now, this is the sale that happened in Jan 2011, Feb 2011, March, April, May, June. So for all the months, this is the actual sale, which is nowhere right now related to the data blending. Now I want to compare this sale with target. So target is in another source. So I go to the another source now and I pick up the target from there. If you bring the target from there and put it in the rows, I get a warning message, okay, that fields cannot be used from this because there is no relationship to the primary data source. And I click OK on this. Now, if you will see, target has come up, but I'm not getting any numbers over here. I mean, I'm getting the numbers, but which are not correct. You see, it is giving me a straight line that for each month, the target is coming as 2124600. So target is same all across the data. Okay. So why is it that the data has not come correctly over here is the reason for that is because we have not established any relationships over here. Right now there are no relationships. So relationship means that Tableau is not able to identify that what are the connecting points between these two. See, Tableau, Power BI, all these tools, they work on the idea of same column name, right? The column name should be same. If you see in this source, we have a field of category, correct? And category we have in the second source also over here. So if you would have observed, there is a small symbol that is coming over here. Now this is a symbol of blending. That means Tableau is able to identify that there is a relationship between this source and this source on the base of category because the column name is same. But it is not able to identify the relationship on the basis of order date. And the reason for that is because in the first source, the name of the field is order date, and the second source, the name of the field is month of order date. So the field names are different. Right now, because the field names are different, so Tableau is not able to identify the relationship. So how do we get this thing sorted? So in order to do that, what we will have to do over here is we will have to come to the data, click on edit blend relationships, click on edit blend relationships, and I click on custom over here. Okay. Now, automatically, it was able to identify that there is a relationship based on category. But another one, it is not able to identify. So I have to now click on custom to find a relationship. And if you will observe something over here, it is saying primary data source is this, secondary data source is this. So you can see primary and secondary data source also over here. So what I do now is I click on custom and I say add. I want to add now my own relationships. Now, how will I add the relationship is you click on order date, right? Year of order date is related to year of month of order date. Year to year and month to month. We have to make the relationship on two things, year to year and month to month. I click OK. See, relationship is added year to year, and similarly, I will add on the basis of month. That is month to month. Month of this and month of this, and relationship will be added.
Amit, can you show once again?
So you click on data, edit blend relationships. And then what you do is you click on custom and click on add. So this will come up that what is the field mapping that you want to have. I want to map year of order date to year of month of order date. So that is first. See, because I'll have to make two relations, year to year and month to month. Because if I'll make only month to month, so Jan of 2011, Jan of 2012, they will get connected to each other because I'm just putting month. So that is why I'm keeping year also in this. So year to year, and then I add month to month. And then click OK. And once the relationship is created, you will see a blend symbol has come up over here, and this chart has also now got corrected. Are you all able to achieve it? Okay. See, now you see these two charts that we have got. The upper chart is a line chart. This is also a line chart. So small stuff that will come up over here is you will see the marks that are coming, right? So right now, what I can do is if you click, you see all means when you want to do some formatting changes for both the charts together, right? If you change the color, both will become orange. But if you want to change the color of this chart only, you can click on sum of sales. See, you get the same option. Now this formatting will work only for the sales chart. That is this one. So if I click over here and I say that I want to change the color to green, see now the color only of the above line will change, not for the bottom one. What I'm going to do right now over here is I am going to make my above chart as a bar chart. This I have made it as a bar chart.
There is no sort option for this in order to make my bar chart descending or ascending.
Sorry?
Sort option for the bar chart because it is
See,
not.
sorting you should not be doing on this because this is a time sequence. So on the time sequence, if you will do the sorting, so that chart you will not be able to interpret,
Okay.
right? Because it's a time-based chart that we have read over here right now. So it is going from Jan 2011 up till December 2014. Now you see, if you will see this chart right now, still, do you think this chart is easy to comprehend? If I want to compare that, okay, in which month did I had more sales versus target, or in which month did I had more, I underachieved, or in which month I overachieved. So do we think we will be able to achieve that? No,
No.
right? Because you see, I mean, you can do it, but it is very tough, right? You have to see the numbers from here, then here. So what we can do is we can actually create a dual axis chart. Dual axis chart means the two charts will overlap on each other. On one side, you will have sales axis. On the other side, you will have the target axis. So how we make a dual axis chart is just right click over here and say dual axis, and you will now see the charts get overlapped on one another rather than charts coming separately. So these are sales and these are targets. Okay. And whenever you make a dual axis chart, you have to make sure one thing. If you see right now, these axes are not synchronized, right? One is going from 0 to 110K. This is going from 0 to 60K. So you cannot compare the numbers on the bar and on the line, right? Because on the line, it is coming around somewhere around 55K. So it might look very similar, but actually the bar is showing 90K, around 85, 87K. So you have to be careful with this, that whenever you make a dual axis chart, you actually have to synchronize the axis. So right click over here and say synchronize axis. Now both the axes are from 0 to 110, 0 to 110. So axes have to be synchronized. So this is how you do the data blending, and this is how you do the dual axis chart.
Amit, can't we join 3 tables at a time without this blending?
Sorry.
Can't we join 3 tables at a time, like without going for this blending?
So in the join, you know what happens? Grouping will not happen. If you will do the join, there will be an inflation of the data that will happen. Data will inflate,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because if you will try to understand as the concept of joins now, I am generating the sales, right? This is the sales on 1st of Jan 2011, right? Actual sale is something that will be generated on a daily basis. On a daily basis, you will generate the sale, right? On this is the sale on 2nd of Jan, right? This way you will
Yeah.
be generating the sales on a day on day basis, day by day basis, correct?
Yes.
So I'm just making 3 lines over here. This was 100 rupees sales, 150 rupees sale, and 200 rupees sale. Now, if I give you the target, so target is something that I said, target is something we set on the first of the month. So I'm saying on 1st of Jan, I had set it up the target that my target is that I have to achieve the sales of 5,000 bucks. Correct? Now, if
Yes.
these are the two data sets, how will you join them? If you join them right now over here, so what criteria will you choose to join them?
Yeah, date.
Huh?
Date.
Sorry, date, right?
Yeah.
But date, how will you choose date? If you choose a date right now as a whole, so this particular row will get joined with this particular row over here, right? So you will only get one row in that case if you choose date right now in this, right? So your output will be like this, that you will, this was actually target, and this is again date and sales. So your output will be like this, and you will get the target over here. Because if you choose date, so matching to matching, 1st Jan to 1st Jan, it will map that up and you will get the target as 5,000, which is wrong, right? This is not the correct target. This is target is correct, but this actual is actually total of
Information.
this,
Yeah.
whatever the month that we got, right?
Yeah.
Then if you choose month, right, you say, let me do it on the base of year. If you extract year from this, you will say, let me extract year from here, that will be 2011. And you will extract the year from here also, that will be 2011. So 2011 will come all the places, right? You will get 2011 at all the 3 places. Now if you join on the basis of year, now this 2011 will get combined with all the 4 2011. So your output will be like this. Right now, target will come 3 times. So if you see now, if you sum it up, your actual will be correct, but your target will become 15,000, which is again wrong. Right? So if you're joining the dataset, it is creating problems for you. So that is why, first of all, what we are doing over here is we are grouping this data over here, that let me get a final number for that year and month. So what is the year? 2011. What is the month? Month is first month, and same is the month over here. So that is why, first of all, what we did was we had grouped the data together. Now we group the data together over here, that okay, for the 2011, for the first month, what is the total actual sale? That is this. I will only be left with one single number, that for year, month, my actual is this, what is 300, 450. And if I come over here, I'll get this, that I already have, that is 5,000. So now I only have one row. So what I can do now is, if I join it on the basis of year and month, so I'll get 450, one row from here and one row from here, which will be correct representation of the data. Getting it?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I'm getting now. Thank you.
So this is where we'll take a pause for today, right? So tomorrow we will do some more stuff on the grouping and set. So that is what we're going to explore in tomorrow's session, right? And top of that, we will explore some more visualizations and some analytics part.
And Amit, do we have any exercise for joins and blending?
Blending, yeah, I have one, so let me just share that up. So in this exercise that I'm going to share, this will be little on the advanced side.
Okay.
So let me just do this. So I've sent it with you, the exercise and the data set. Okay.
Amit, one quick last question. We got the concept of joins and blending. See, joining is like we are just comparing, joining two data sources based on a common column and retrieving the data according to the types of join. And you said blending is grouping the data first and joining the data in order to
Right.
get the, yeah. See, in
For the
which
group.
scenarios we use joins and data blending? Data
So that
blending,
will
you said two data sources.
So you have to first see, right? If you see, you get the two data sets with you, and now if you see, you have to understand the data. That if you see that if you will make a join, so there can be a inflation in the data that can happen. It can give you duplicate rows, which will give you incorrect results. So where you feel, right now, this is more like a call that we take. It's like SQL queries. So you are taking a call that do you need a grouping before joining the data? If that is the case, you go with the blending. If you think there is no grouping required, then you can go ahead with join straight.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, getting it. But in order to eradicate the duplicates, if I select the inner join, I'm getting the common records and I can go for left join. And
So that is not, there is, if this data set that I have shown in front of you,
yeah,
right? So what joint do you think you will make that will not give you any inflation of the data?
based on the date column, I'll get only one record if I use the inner join.
So will that be correct?
No.
See, because target is something that is being set it up in the starting of the month. Actual sale
Yeah.
is something that is getting generated on the daily basis,
Yeah.
right? So now definitely if you will make a joint, so you will get only one record, that is this.
Yeah.
If you choose date. So this is not the actual sale. Actual sale is actually the sum of this.
Okay.
Right? If you make a joint basis the year, so that problem also I show you that if you make like this, target will come 3 times.
Yeah.
So target will become 15,000. So again, there's a duplication of the data that is happening. So that is why the only solution that we could think was that first we group this data by year and month so that we are only left with this number over here, and then we also group this data on that basis and we are left with this number over here, and then we join it. So now it will not create any problem for us.
Okay.
Amit, if the sales target table has the same date, order date, column name is same, then we don't need data blending, or we need that?
Sorry,
If
same name.
Yeah, same column name was different, right? It was month of order date in the sales target table. If it was same, like what was that? Order
Data blending will happen in that case also. Data blending will happen in that case, but we will not have to create those relationships. So Tableau will create the relationship automatically.
Okay.
But at the end of the blending will happen over there. Right?
Okay. Only for the field names, if differs, we need to edit that blend relation, correct?
Right.
Okay. Okay. Now I'm
That will
getting.
happen in the case of joins also. Like if the join also, it was able to automatically identify because the column names were same. If the column names are not same, you will have to do that joining also manually. So when you create that join, so when you are over here on this, so you can change the field from here. So if suppose the join is not showing, so if the field names are not same, Tableau will not show you the join. So you will say that okay, for the first source, order ID over here and order ID over here, they are the common column. Okay, and then you close it. So that is how the relationship. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks everyone.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.